Good morning, brothers and sisters. Welcome to the Hyojeong Heaven and Earth Chonbo Training Center. This is the Asia Pacific branch, and this is our online education program. The title of our topic for today is Mind and Body Unity. Mind and body unity can only be done through our life on this earth. According to Father's words, our life is too short. 10 years can pass, and we are barely aware of it. Everything will be decided within 30 years after your marriage. We all have to die someday. Life on this earth is but an instant. It is like the 10 months you spend in your mother's womb. True Father clearly tells us that our life on this earth is too short, and definitely we will die someday. Our life is but an instant. So we have to really prepare very well, use this life very well while we're still alive here on this earth. According to the divine principle, there are three phases of life. First is our life in the mother's womb. Second phase is our life on this earth. And the third phase is our life in the spirit world. While in the mother's womb, where we stay for 9 months, our environment is liquid or water. While our life on this earth, probably we stay 90 years more or less. And the environment is no longer water, but it is air. And our life in the spiritual world, we stay there for eternity. But the environment there is no longer water or air, but it is already love. Our life in the mother's womb, if we are not prepared, and then we are born on this earth, where the environment is that of air, we will suffer very greatly. Why? Because if our respiratory system is not well developed while we are in the mother's womb, and then we are born on the earth, even though we are surrounded by abundant air, we cannot breathe this air because our respiratory system is not functioning well. Therefore, our life on this earth will be a life of suffering and misery. Likewise, if we are not prepared, and then we go to the spiritual world, and the environment there is love, and our capacity to love and to receive love is not well developed while on the earth, we will suffer the rest of our life, which is eternity, in the spiritual world. It is therefore very vital and important that we develop our capacity to breathe love in the spiritual world while we're still alive in the physical world or on the earth. Father also once said again in his speech, today, to this day, people have thought that everything disappears with death, but that is not the case. Life continues into the spirit world. We have to make preparations on earth in order to enter the next world. You breathe love in the spirit world. Thus, you should live with love as the center of your life on the earth in order to freely breathe in the spirit world. If you do not live centered on love during your physical life, you will be unable to breathe freely in the spirit world. The spirit world is a world where you breathe love. You can think of it as a world in which love is the air. It's very, very clear once again. We breathe love in the spiritual world. We breathe air in the physical world. Therefore, we have to develop our love lungs, our capacity to receive and to give love while we live our life on this earth. We will study how we will learn to love and to develop love while we are still on this earth. Again, in Father's speech, he mentioned the spiritual world is filled with the air of love. If your spirit self is not prepared, it will not be able to breathe in heaven. The world here is a world of air, but the other world is the spirit world of love. You have to prepare your spiritual self so that it can feel love. Unless you do so, you cannot establish relationships in the spirit world. This is the problem, and it will be compounded. It can take millions of years to resolve. Our conclusion is very clear, my dear brothers and sisters. Our capacity to love have to be developed well on the earth before we go to the spiritual world. And in order to develop love, we have to really build a God-centered ideal family because it is in the family that we develop love. All kinds of love can be developed through the family while we are living on the earth. So that will be our next topic. Thank you very much for listening.